Season 2, Episode 7 of Everything Film, presented by Agency Click, broadcasting from the legendary Shark Club in downtown Vancouver. Mr. Patrick Shelton, I'm Joe Leary, and we're joined by Ely Jackson, who is a quadruple threat. Just looking through everything that you do, you're an actress. You're a Leo Award nominee. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Trained in mounted combat, archery, firearms, swordplay, musical. You dance, you sing. You got a book. Is there anything I've missed?
Terrible at spelling, and I can't play sport.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Terrible balance.
We'll give you a mulligan on that one.
Cool.
So you have I would say a pretty broad panoply of talents and skills.
Yeah.
Take us to the beginning. What was the embarkation point? What did you decide? You were just a kid that wanted to dance, wanted to sing, wanted to do what?
Well, my mum was a pretty famous dancer in our small town. She was really good. She won all the trophies. She had them on the our mantelpiece and everything. So looking up at them, and I was like, I want to do dance. So she put me in dance for 8 years, and then they put me in singing lessons for 5 years. And I was competing for, I guess, like they call them Estedfords, like singing competitions.
Do you remember anything you sang for competition that maybe you want to just give us a line?
Oh, absolutely not. I remember some Disney songs that I sang.
Yeah.
That was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't enjoy competitive singing. And archery was something that we did during high school. And so we had like I guess a class that you could sign up if you wanted to. Like it was part of the phys ed thing. Or you could go and play tennis or something. I forget. It was something really boring. And I think I got top of the school for boys and girls.
So these were all skills that you learned. Did you think that this is just going to go in my CV and I'll find a way to use them down the road, or were you just having a laugh and suddenly things developed from it?
I have no idea why I thought that. I don't know. I had no plan for it. I just was doing things that I thought were interesting and fun. And I wasn't good at much when I was little, so I was like, I was good at that. That's awesome. I'm never going to shoot anything with a bow and arrow, but that's great.
We also learned another skill because she was helping our crew set up earlier today, which was very nice.
Archery is a good skill.
Yeah,
it's a good skill.
Yeah, it is.
You know, if you ever watch a movie and you see at the beginning scene somebody teaching their daughter archery, you know what the end of the movie's going to be, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like they're learning to shoot. They're learning to shoot at the opening scene. You know what I mean with archery? That's how they always bring archery into films. I'm just telling you. And at the end, the kid is like.
It sounds like you've seen.
Oh no! I'm just telling you, it's movie cliches at their finest, right? Like archery is always like that. Well, how else do you work that into a movie, right?
I don't watch a lot of archery-oriented films. I don't know what you're referring to.
Or shooting cans. The guys that shoot cans, right? You know what I mean? For some reason, they're trained.
Yeah, if there's a gun brought into it,
for some reason they're getting trained. They're getting trained at shooting guns at cans for no reason, and at the end of the movie, you know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
You know, that's what I'm saying.
So, Ely, you mentioned the small town you're from. You're from Australia.
I am. Yeah.
And what brought you to our shores here?
I don't like the heat at all. I really don't. I
you
was
came to the
promised
rain
that this
instead.
was just rain and snow, and then it turns out you actually have a summer.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That was disappointing.
You don't like the barbecue on Christmas Day on the beach in Australia? No.
My core temperature is too hot naturally, and I overheat really fast.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
so
and
it was Vancouver's soggy climate that brought you here?
Yes. Yes.
Well, if you ever get homesick, you can just go to Whistler.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
When I go to Whistler, I use an American accent, though.
Do you? Okay.
So, and let's speak to that, because can you turn an accent on or off? Because it can be a hindrance or it can be a help depending on the role that you're playing. So, can you do a bunch of dialects?
Yeah, my specialty is I'm a voiceover instructor at a local acting school. So my specialty is animal noises, animal sounds, creature sounds, and accents.
Any animal sounds you could make right now?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be loud, though. Is the sound going to be okay?
That's fine.
No,
okay.
You gotta be
Go
cool.
for it. Go for
it. That's pretty good.
It's going to be so embarrassing to watch later. Yay!
That's when did you discover that talent?
Oh, I grew up as an only child on a 116-acre vineyard, and there was nothing to do.
Wow.
And there were just a lot of animals.
Yeah.
I learned how to skin a rabbit.
That's good. That's actually pretty good.
Thank you.
So, but getting back to accents, I mean, if you're born with it, and again, I use this because you look at people that have a really thick accent, like say they're from the southern U.S. or something like that. Yeah. Is it easy to turn off an accent, or conversely, is it easy to develop an accent? What advice do you give to people in that respect?
Ooh, that's tough because we don't have an accent aspect of the course that I teach at the voiceover school. Right. So when the students, we have so many international students come in and they've got really thick accents, whether it be from Ireland or India or France, Australia. I've got an Australian student; she's really struggling with it. You can't teach it unless they're willing to really put in the hours to learn and develop it. I feel like it's easier to develop a language than to turn it off. Yeah. But I mean, I've been doing it for so long, and
I think part of it too
just switch
would be
it on and off now.
Sure.
Like immersion into anything.
Oh yeah.
Like you're here, right? So you're always around
exactly.
it. I imagine if you went to Australia, Joe, if you tried to have an Australian accent, after a couple of years,
it'd happen fast.
It would happen, right?
Yeah.
Because you'd be around people and you just would try to do it.
Definitely.
I would think,
we
right?
drop you in Australia.
You dropped in there, so it's like probably even with the language. But I'm saying with an accent, it would probably be easier.
I guess in some parts of the world, I guess we have accent. I don't think I have an accent, but I was in Resort Mexico a couple of years ago. And I was cited as being from the Midwest. I'm going, no, not even close. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. So we don't think of accents, but I guess everybody does to some degree. The question is, can you apply it in the role? I mean, do I sound like I'm a Midwestern United States person, so I couldn't play the role of, say, a Canadian? I don't really know how that works.
I guess that's why you have dialect coaches. If you're someone who's new to accents or doing an accent you're not quite comfortable with. And I do coach people on accents. It's just they have to have that understanding, like most of the understanding of how the language works in your mouth and how you have to change it from how your mouth.
You believe it or not, if you went to an audition, they'd pick out Canadian right away, wouldn't they? They'd say you need to get an American accent. Like how? And
they call them Canadianisms.
Can you go like so you just go like
oot?
You have to change a little bit.
A boot.
It's a shape of your mouth.
They have courses for that, right? Like courses for American accents, and I think that's you probably have to do that. It's almost a mandatory, I would think,
it is.
Right?
I wouldn't advise anyone who's wanting to be in the film industry to just come with their own accent without mastering the American standard.
So do you teach that? Is that one of the things that you do?
It's hard to teach accents. We only have a certain amount of time in the course to teach it. But I love it. I always encourage them to try an accent with whatever voiceover we're doing that day, because I don't know what they're capable of, and I don't think they know what they're capable of unless they're really listening to, say, Irish people speak all the time. And I learned American Standard by watching True Blood, and I got the Southern accent down, and then I just went backwards from that. So that's
kind of neat.
So
I don't think that's how you're supposed to do it, but that's how it happens.
Do you ever, for laughs, just kind of play the role of a shapeshifter where you walk around and just try different dialects on people and see what connects, just for laughs? Like if you're in a restaurant, you might order in whatever. Do you ever do that?
I'm never the same person every
really?
day. Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. This week I'm back on a TV show where I'm Scottish. So that's really exciting. But I'll try it out all the time.
So you want to rock a little Scot for us, then just to say something?
Sure.
Do something for us.
Yeah. What would you like to hear?
It's a great day for motor car racing.
That's a great day for motor car racing.
That's good. That's very good. Yeah.
Much better than mine.
Yeah. Now, we mentioned the broad spectrum of things that you are talented in, of which they are vast. Also an author.
I am apparently
now. Okay. Apparently. Well, tell us about it.
I don't really know how it happens. Where would one begin? I guess it just came out of me on its own.
Okay. What's it about? It's Snake of the Nile.
Snake of the Nile. Yeah. Okay. I'll start with what it's about. It's these 4 different places in the ancient Mediterranean world. We've got Rome and Myria, which is where Turkey is now, the western coast of Turkey. And Egypt and Greece / Sparta, and they're just all they're all main characters in all of these 4 places, and then they go on journeys and across the Aegean and everything. They're all quite close together, and then they all just mess with each other's lives in certain ways. Kind of like how Love Actually is everyone's intertwined, and the domino effect.
And it's called Snake of the Nile. It's out now?
It's out now, yeah.
Okay, I'm curious to check it out.
It's on Amazon. It's on
how do people follow you on social media?
Firstly, I'm not great with social
You're
media.
Not great, okay.
But it's at Alicia J, ELYSHA.
Okay, Ely Jackson. Pleasure to meet you. Thanks for joining us.
You're very welcome. Thank you for
fantastic.
having
Cheers.
me.
Everything Film is supported by Lisa Borsato, Remax Platinum Club winner. If you're in the market, experience is key, and Lisa Borsato and All Points Realty Group in Coquitlam have the team to meet all of your residential needs. Visit lisaborsato.com.